Welcome to Wittenberg, Wisconsin, just a few minutes away from our first baseball game of the season here on Zaleski Sports. Hi, I'm Chris Conley. Well, there are lots of other teams who have already played their first games. This is my first game on the mic for baseball as we get ready for the Wittenberg-Birnamwood Chargers against the Pacelli Cardinals. Our batting orders and lineups are brought to you by Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston, providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston, Highway 10 East at Church Street in Stevens Point. Let's introduce you to the batting order for the visitors, the Pacelli Cardinals, who wear their whites with red numerals and blue trim. Jaden Garski will pitch, and he will lead off. Garski bats first. Catcher is Eric Reinke. He'll hit second. In right field, Nate Hammerly batting third. In center field, Bryce Flaker bats fourth. Sully Schober plays shortstop, fifth. It'll be Chase Napwaki in left field batting sixth. Owen Hansen plays third base and bats seventh. Dominic Sackman plays first base and bats eighth. And rounding out the Pacelli lineup is Henry Gerritsen, who plays second base.
Batting first and pitching, number 19, Xander.
For the homestanding Wittenberg-Birnamwood Chargers, their pitcher will lead off too. Xander Barkey will lead off. Milo Salverson will bat second.
Third base, number 7, Oliver Fraser.
Oliver Fraser plays third base and bats third.
Shortstop, number 6, Connor
Double Meverdins for the Chargers. Shortstop Connor Meverdin will bat fourth. Carson Meverdin will catch and will bat fifth.
Designated hitter, number 9,
Eddie Nowinski will be the designated hitter, and he will hit for the right fielder Dane Winchester. Carson Maroc will play first base and will bat seventh. Braxton Olson in left field hitting eighth, and Tommy Gagnon will play center field, and he'll bat ninth. Chargers wear their dark tops, green numerals, and brightest yellow trim. Let's go down to field level, colors being presented first, and then our national anthem.
For our honorary flag holder, 9-year-old Savannah Wolfile.
Savannah's got our flag well in hand for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
First pitch between Steve
Auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
You know, for April 10th and for early April baseball, the weather could be anything. The weather is not bad at all today. It's a little bit of wind. It's blowing out from home plate to left. 49 degrees as we get ready for first pitch. Xander Barkey, right-hander, taking his warm-up throws. Here's the defense behind him. That's Braxton Olsen in left. Tommy Gagnon is in center, and Dane Winchester's in right. The infield for the Chargers, Oliver Freza is at third base. Connor Meverden's the shortstop. Milo Salveson is the second baseman, and Carson Marock's at first base.
Number 1, Jaden Garski.
Carson Meverden will catch. Xander's ready to go. Jaden Garski to lead off, hits from the right side. And we're underway with a pitch down low, ball 1. You know, for early April baseball, field conditions could be anything, especially when you play on natural grass like we do here at Wittenberg-Birnamwood. The field, as you can see, has not yet greened up. Hard to tell, though, if the infield will play slow or fast. The grass has been cut very tall here today. But you know what? If all the frost is not quite out of the ground yet, it could be hard and fast, too. After an opening ball, Xander comes back with 2 strikes. A ball and 2 strikes now to Garski. Changed speeds and left it down low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Look at that. We're underway 5 minutes early today. Thank you, coaches and umpires. Quick meeting at home plate. Fouled off down the first base side. There's a lot of room in foul territory down the first and third base line. The fence from the dugout to the foul pole does not taper, so there's a lot of room down the left field and right field lines. There is not a lot of room between home plate and the backstop. Strike 3 called. First strikeout to open up the game. Eric Reich. Is that Eric with his cell phone in his back pocket? That's not a batting glove. Smack to left field. Line drive is caught out there by Braxton Olsen. There's out. So what? If you've got your Android device in your back pocket, right, does that mean you're not going to slide? Only head first slides today, I would suppose. Hemmerly to bat. A little bit high, ball 1. Baseball this afternoon, Design Theory 19. Your home is the heart of your best moments. Make it uniquely yours with Design Theory 19. Downtown Wausau or online. Their website is designtheory19.com. Design Theory 19, where dreams become design. Foul back to the screen. Coming home, change speeds, and that's fouled back. Two balls and 2 strikes. Xander Barkey looking for a clean first inning of work. Coming home now. Inside. Count fills up. Just missed. Close. Ball 4. 2-out base runner for Pacelli.
Next up, number 5, Bryce Flacker.
If you follow our Zaleski sports coverage during the spring, you know that we do a lot of Zaleski games. Had the softball game yesterday. That was an exciting one, 7-6. Pacelli 1 run short against DC Everest. Now we're spending more quality time, this broadcast crew and those Pacelli fans. High strike here to Bryce Flacker. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Strike 2. Beg your pardon. You see, I'm not quite in midseason form yet either. Called strike 3 to bring the inning to an end. Flacker goes back to the bench. Pacelli gets a walk and does nothing with it. We'll go to the bottom of the first where we come right back. Wittenberg-Birnamwood on the bat, next on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Welcome back. I'm Chris Conley. Jaden Garski taking his warm-up tosses for the Pacelli Cardinals. Here's the defense behind him. Chase Napawaki is in left field. Bryce Flacker's in center field. Nate Hammerly is in right field. Owen Hansen at third base. Sully Schwarber's the shortstop. Henry Gerritsen at second base and Dominic Sackman's at first base. Eric Reinke will catch. And Jaden Garski is about ready to go to work here for Pacelli. This could be a special day for Pacelli. Depending on the outcome of today's game, Coach Wayne Sankey, if Pacelli wins, it'll be his 500th win as Cardinal coach. Gotta have some longevity to get 500 wins in you. Here's Xander Barkey to lead off the Chargers. Barkey swings at the first pitch and fouls it off down the first base line. Almost hit the kid who was rolling around on the grass on the hill on the first base side. Close. Most of the fans here at Whitburn park further up the first base side on the grassy knoll. Strike 2, no balls, 2 strikes. Not knowing what the foul ball territory is here, I am parked right behind my producer's car. Your car is protecting my car.
Of course.
Ground ball just past the pitcher. Slow roll. You're going to have to hustle this over to first. Safe. Safe. That's why you hustle them all out.
20, Milo Salveson.
To me, even with a faster throw, and the second baseman didn't charge here, that was going to be a hit. That's an infield hit. Gerritsen, the second baseman, had to be coming in. Almost had to try and barehand that ball, and he did not. Yes, no foul balls will be hitting my car down the first base side. Pitches outside, runners going, throws there in time, but it's up high. Xander Barkey is instantly in scoring position. He is stolen second. One ball, no strikes. Salveson waits, now with the runner in scoring position. Pop that one up. It's over the backstop and foul. Yeah, my vehicle is a massive Ford Expedition. I mean, it could double, if we were doing a World War II movie, we could put a tank on top of it. We can reenact the great tank battles across Europe. Wall, 1 strike. Salveson looking to pick up Barkey from second. Coming home. Aim of the knees. 3 balls and a strike here. Inside out swing to right center field. Right fielder is over, makes the catch. Runner is going to tag and will chug on into third base. Nate Hammerly makes the catch up there, but the runner moves up 90 feet. Out and a runner on third. It's early. Pacelli keeps the infield back. Pinched in a little at first base. Oliver Fraser to hit. Dayglow green batting gloves. I'm not sure about that. Breaks in for strike 1. Since there's only 1 out, you're looking for contact here. Oliver's got to put the ball in play, and he'll likely get his team a run. Bounces in front of home plate. Eric Reinke, the catcher, good stop there. Saved his pitcher a wild pitch and a run coming in from third. Swing and a miss, right through it. A strikeout for Jaden Garski sure does help the cause. Low. Another good stop by Reinke behind the plate. Baseball is brought to you by Foundation Finance. Start a job making the money you need, flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits from day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. Fights off a pitch that was in on the hands. Pitcher asks for and will receive a new baseball. That last one put out of play. Swing and a miss.
Next up, number 6, Connor Meverden.
Oliver Fraser is the second out of the first inning. Connor Meverden to hit. Needs a 2-out hit to pick up that runner from third. Connor opts for the teal batting gloves. I mean, just the Wittenberg-Birnamwood colors don't lend themselves very well to matching batting gloves. It's a dark green, it's a very bright yellow. There's a strike. Fly ball, this is going to be in play. Over to left field, and it's caught by Chase Napwaki, bringing the inning to a close. A leadoff single for Whitburn, runner left third base. 1 inning complete, no score on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Welcome back. For some of our fans, this may be a double dip of baseball. When this one's over, the Brewers game should be just about ready to start. Brewers are back home tonight against the Washington Nationals.
Cardinals, number 12, Sully Schober.
Sully Schober to lead off for Pacelli. Tell you this about early season baseball. The teams that are off to a good start, they're not as good as they seem, except maybe the Dodgers. And the teams that are off to a slow start, they're not as bad as they seem, except maybe the White Sox. White Sox look like a hot mess again this season. But those Red Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Brewers. They won't be as bad as they seem after getting off to a slow start. Swing and a miss. I kind of sympathize with the Brewers. Fenway Park is a tough place to play when you're not there all the time. You only see Fenway Park, every other year? That's a tough place to show up and expect to play well. Brewers had one of their pitchers making their major league debut at Fenway Park? Not sure how I feel about that. 3-1 pitch is up high, and there's a leadoff walk. Xander Barkey's allowed 2 free passes so far. Chase Napawaki will hit now with none out and a runner aboard. Earlier in my broadcasting career, I worked for a small radio station looking to bunt through it, called a strike. Worked at a small radio station in Laconia, New Hampshire. I had a friend whose career was way ahead of mine, and he worked in the much bigger city of Manchester, New Hampshire, and was a huge Red Sox fan. I remember he got Red Sox tickets for us. It was my first trip to Fenway Park. You remember the knuckleballer Tim Wakefield? He pitched that day, and he spun a fabulous game against the Baltimore Orioles. Allowed only 3 hits. The bunt is down. It's up the third base side, foul. Rolls into foul territory. So Tim Wakefield, the knuckleballer, just baffled the Orioles for over and over and over again till one of the Orioles players got a hold of one. It was probably the longest major league home run that I've ever seen. Over the Green Monster, across Lansdowne Street, and I think it hit the building across the street. Now they've got more netting up there to keep that happening. So the knuckleballer gives up only 3 hits, but gave up a tremendous home run. Got the win 2-1 that day. Let's see, we didn't have seats on top of the Green Monster back then. What they did have was they swing and a miss. Napawaki fails to advance the runner. Xander Barkey's got 3 strikeouts here in the early going against 2 walks. Here's Owen Hansen. 1 out and a runner on first. They had put some club seats up on the roof of the grandstand down the first base side, and those were the seats that we had. It was like your own private little area of Fenway Park. No one was allowed up there unless you had seats. Had our own little concession stand up there. It was very nice. Of course, that part of the ballpark was never intended as seating. Outside corner strike. You had to climb like up a fire escape and over scaffolding to get up there. And once you're up there, no reason to come down till the ball game was over. Really a nice, fun night. My first trip to Fenway Park. My oldest son has become a Red Sox fan because our family from back east, a lot of them are New Englanders. Outside for a ball. If you have never been to Fenway Park, it is the oldest active ballpark in Major League Baseball, and it is very well preserved. You might say, is the place a little run down? Nope, no, not at all. Swing and a miss, change speeds, and there's the second strikeout for the second out of the inning. Owen Hansen sent back to the dugout. Here's Dominic Sackman. Yeah, I'm glad for the number of Major League Baseball ballparks that I've been able to visit. Tomahawked into shallow right center field. Caught, and the inning is over. A leadoff walk does nothing for the Pacelli Cardinals. We'll go to the bottom of the second when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
The Auto Service Specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Welcome back to the bottom of the second. I'm Chris Conley. Carson Meverden, Eddie Nowinski, and Carson Moronk will be hitting for the Wittenberg-Birnamwood Chargers. They've got the only hit of the ball game. We're scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second. Chatting a little bit here about old Major League Baseball ballparks. Been to Wrigley Field only once. Boy, that was cold. That was an April baseball game, Cubs and Dodgers. Oh, my goodness. And my seat was in the shade.
Chargers, number 12, Carson Meverden.
Here's Carson Meverden to get us going in the bottom of the second. Baseball is brought to you by Newton Electric, residential to commercial, industrial to agriculture. Newton Electric in Wausau has been serving central Wisconsin since 1977. Give them a call or find them online. Their website is newtonelec.com. Fouled off down the third base line, strike one. I'm not so young, I remember both of the Yankee stadiums, the old and the new one. The old Yankee Stadium was better. The new Yankee Stadium, like every bit of the inside part of the stadium, the concourse, the walkways, it's like an indoor mall of nothing but Yankee stuff. Everything there is used for retail. And the new stadium's like a wind tunnel, gives up too many home runs. I remember a trip to Canada where I saw an Expos game, Expos and Dodgers at the old Olympic Stadium. I wanted to buy the cheapest seat possible, so I bought an upper deck ticket for like $8. $8 Canadian, so it's like $6.75 in US. And when I went to go to my seat, the escalator that would take you up there is blocked off. And they say that part of the ballpark's just not open today. Just go sit somewhere else. Okay. Sat one deck down right behind home plate. No one said anything. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Jaden Garski. Carson Meverden's the first out here in the bottom of the second. Eddie Nowinski, the designated hitter, will hit now. This game, and it's early, so there's a ton of baseball to play, just has the feeling that runs may be at a premium this afternoon. Curveball is low, ball one. Outside. I remember before I moved to Wisconsin, when I'd see the Mets on TV playing the Brewers, games at then Miller Park, just on TV, and I'd never been there yet. Miller Park looked to me like a giant airplane hangar, just the way it looked like to me. And you're only, the TV broadcasts don't really give you a good impression of what the ballpark is like. Now American Family Field, very pleasant place to see a baseball game. A one-out walk. Eddie Nowinski is down at first base.
Carson Moronk.
Here's Carson Moronk. Strike on the outside corner to the left-handed batting Moronk. Back in the first inning, a leadoff single. Wittenberg-Birnamwood left that runner stranded at third base. Couldn't find the timely hit to bring him in. That's outside. There are some older ballparks that I just wish I had seen. Ebbets Field, would have loved to have seen Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. It's just apartments now. How about Griffith Stadium in Washington, D.C.? When they enlarged Griffith Stadium, the people who owned the home in dead center field refused to sell their land. Griffith Stadium in center field had a sharp triangle where their home run wall was literally built around a home that would otherwise have been in deep center field. Polo Grounds in New York, 454 feet to center field. 259 down the foul lines. Throw over to first. Runner is back. Popped up. Is it playable? The room in foul territory. Yes.
Next up, number 3, Braxton Olson.
So Moronk fouls out. And now there's 2 outs for Braxton Olson. I'm not really a Philadelphia sports guy, but what they used to call Shibe Park, which was eventually Connie Mack Stadium. Right field was very short there, and there were lots of apartments, just like the old Wrigley rooftops, that you would have people who would sit in their apartments or go up onto the roof and would watch the Philadelphia baseball games. And the management hated that so much, they eventually put up a tarp to second base, and there's the force to bring the inning to a close. The most unfriendly tarp ever. Tell you a little more about it when we come back. 2 innings complete. There's no score between Whitburn and Pacelli on Zaleski Sports.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody understands insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
Working with Access Insurance, we are a team, so you don't just get one of us, you get all 4 of us.
Access Insurance Agency, our business revolves around you.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
9-1-2 to hit for Stevens Point Pacelli here in the top of the third. We are scoreless. I'm Chris Conley. Glad you're with us for Friday afternoon baseball. What a great way to start the weekend. Down low for a ball. Yeah, Shibe Park in Philadelphia put up a tarp in left field. It was temporary, too. It wasn't always up. Like they had poles, they attached the tarp to it with hooks, and then people who lived on the other side of the ballpark couldn't see the games anymore. Inside-out swing, fouled into the screen. Strike 1. I know my father as a kid would tell stories about seeing New York Yankee games from the subway platform at River Avenue in the Bronx. For the cost of a subway token, you could go up there and look into the ballpark from right field. Depending on what the weather was like and how big a game it was, lots of people would do that. Leadoff walk. Xander Barkey, who has pitched well, has issued 3 free passes against 4 strikeouts. Jaden Garski was a strikeout victim his first time up. Back-to-back innings where Pacelli has put a leadoff man aboard. Yeah, with the renovations over the years at Yankee Stadium, you can no longer look into the ballpark from the subway platform. But I mean, back then, when Dad was growing up in New York City, subway token was 10 cents. Bunt is down, thrown out, runner advances from first to second. What does that tell you?
Number 2, Eric.
Tells you that Pacelli is thinking like I am, that runs may be hard to come by in today's ballgame. Eric Reinke, flied out to left his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Called strike, that bended in over the inside corner. Tough pitch to do anything with. Inside out swing, popped up, shallow. Center fielder over. I think they're going to say that he had that, even though it popped out of his glove afterwards. I think he held it long enough for a catch, indeed. Tommy Gagnon will get credit for the put out there. He may have been reaching into his glove to see if the runner was going to try to advance when it came out. Well, now the home plate umpire and the infield umpire are going to talk about this. And the runner, Reinke, is staying at first base. Infield umpire who is closest to it, you can just see from his body language, is saying he was reaching into his glove. This is going to stay as an out, I think. And now there'll be a little more conversation with the Whitburn bench. Yeah, it's the infield umpire's call, and I agree with this as a putout. But the runner is staying at first base. So that's an error on the center fielder and no out recorded. Oh my. So 1 out, first and second now. Nate Hammerly is here. Hammerly is first ball swinging and fouls it off. So the Court of Appeals has ruled, and there's 1 out and 2 aboard. Bounced off the plate. Throw to second. They'll get the force there. Back to first, not in time. So a lot kind of changed on that ground ball. Lead runner moved from second to third. Safe over there. Middle runner erased at second base. And Nate Hammerly is aboard with a fielder's choice. There are now 2 outs. Bryce Flacker to hit. Pacelli's got a man at third for the first time this afternoon. Up high for a strike. Just at the numbers. Flacker struck out his first time. Inside out swing, tipped it back to the catcher. Strike 2. We're brought to you by Backey's Family Chiropractic in Rothschild, providing personalized chiropractic care no matter what issue your body's battling. Migraines, anxiety, stress, or youth issues. Let Backey's Family Chiropractic give you back the life you deserve. No longer runners on the corners. Hammerly advanced from first to second. So now a hit to the outfield brings in 2. Outside. Pitcher steps off, and they got the runner picked off, I think, between bases. Well, now they're going to try and bring that runner home, tagged out. Base running mistake for Pacelli. Nate Hammerly strayed too far from second base. Now the runner at third is right to try and break and get home before the out's recorded. But no, Henry Garrettson was tagged out at the plate, and the inning comes to an end. An out on the bases is the third out in the visitors' half of the third. Still no score on Zaleski Sports.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from your simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
Elite Auto Care on Schofield Avenue in Weston offers the best in automotive care and repair. This locally owned and operated repair group features a full staff of ASE certified technicians. They are ready to handle all major and minor repairs to get you back on the road. For any make, any model vehicle, look to Elite Auto Care for repairs. From general maintenance and preventative care like oil changes and tire rotations, to those more challenging issues like air conditioning, brakes, and engine issues. Elite Auto also offers a full selection of tires to fit your vehicle needs. For your next auto needs, turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business, on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Leading off for the Chargers, number 4, Tommy Gagnon.
Welcome back to the bottom of the third inning. Tommy Gagnon to lead off for Wittenberg-Birnamwood. 9-1-2 to hit here in the home half of the third inning. Think way, way, way back in your mind to 1976. I know, some of you weren't around in 1976. None of these players were. What baseball movie was in theaters this week in 1976? Let you think about that for a while. 1976. It's famous. No, Bull Durham's newer than that. Good guess. Field of Dreams is newer than that. By the way, before each baseball season, I watch Field of Dreams. And I watched The Natural, too. That's how I start off my baseball season. Watched them both last weekend. No, the 1976 way back movie that was in theaters this week is The Bad News Bears. What a role for Walter Matthau, who plays the coach of the Bad News Bears, a Little League team. The deal was he was not going to coach them unless he could smoke cigars and drink beer in the outfield. And that's a nice play. Good catch over at first base. Dominic Sackman comes off the bag and makes the catch.
Number 19, Xander Barkey.
Now, bonus points if anyone remembers who was the business that sponsored the Bad News Bears, had their logo on the side of the uniforms. Chico's Bail Bonds. We put your feet back on the street. Inside a ball, Xander Barkey has the only hit of the ball game so far, single to get us started in the first inning. Yes, the plot line of the Bad News Bears is that their great pitcher is a girl, and none of the other players, and the other players stink. They had to find the most uncoordinated kids in Hollywood to play the Bad News Bears. Fat kids, kids that couldn't run, kids that were uncoordinated, couldn't catch. And then this one girl who was a really good pitcher. And she didn't want to play baseball because she had her own business going. She sold tourist maps to celebrity homes around Beverly Hills. Off the pitcher's glove and through. A hit.
Next up, number 20, Milo Salveson.
So Xander Barkey. You know what was always a problem with baseball movies? And, you know, I love a good baseball story. It's the kind of game that leads itself to good stories. But getting the on-the-field stuff to look right has always been difficult. Got to get fans to make some noise. Some of these movies are filmed before actual Major League Baseball. They're trying to take advantage of people who are already there at the ballpark. So Field of Dreams, one of the reasons Field of Dreams is so good, I mean, it's filmed in a cornfield. You don't need a big stadium scene there. Ground ball to the left side. Tough hop for the shortstop. Double clutches to first and pulls him off the bag. I think that was going to be a hit anyway. It's a tough hop, so you don't score an error on that. And then I think that Salveson would have been safe even with a good throw. Chris Conley, the most generous official scorekeeper ever, says hit. And with one out, there are runners at first and second. Baseball players and their parents love me when I've got the official scorebook. Strike one to Oliver Fraser. One of the things that made The Natural so good is they were meticulous in how they filmed their baseball scenes. The Natural was filmed in Buffalo, New York, at what was called War Memorial Stadium. Was the home of the Buffalo Bills and was converted into a baseball field for the Buffalo Bisons. Very good if you got that right. Strike. One of the sports writers in Buffalo famously wrote, "I don't know what war this stadium memorializes, but it looks like we lost." Buffalo now has one of the nicest minor league stadiums. Built it downtown. One of the first stadiums that followed a downtown model was built with the idea of trying to lure a major league team to Buffalo. That stadium's undergone a lot of different corporate names. I'm not sure what they call it these days. Hit to left. And it's down. Going to try and... No, and now the hand goes up. What does the home plate umpire have now here? Did that go out of play underneath the chain link fence? Or is it called a foul ball? A late foul ball call. Everybody goes back. Held up high. Going to appeal down to first. He didn't go. Got only one out. Runners on first and second. Oliver Fraser trying to pick him up. Runners are going. Throw down to third. Gets away, and the runner will score. What do we have here? The infield umpire is saying the trail runner is out at third, but the lead runner, Xander Barkey, scored first. The run will count, but the trailing runner was called out at third base. Wittenberg-Birnamwood gets a run in and takes the lead 1-0. We'll go to the top of the fourth when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Brian Butch called.
Brian Butch?
He really loves Abbey Bank, but he wants to work here.
What are we going to do with him?
I don't know. Let's let him try a few different jobs.
Let's get you that loan.
Brian, buddy, you're really good at basketball, but maybe leave the banking to us.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
Welcome back. We would all agree that The Natural is one of the better baseball movies, right? As we've already shared, filmed in Buffalo, New York. Have you noticed something? Now think back to the ballpark scenes at The Natural. All of the home runs, even the Roy Hobbs batting practice scene, all of his hits are to right field. Why is that? Because on their limited budget, they could only fix up the right field part of the stadium. The left field part of the stadium still left in football configuration. Bryce Flacker to hit, top of the fourth now. Fast-moving game today. Inside, ball one. So for the first time, Xander Barkey is pitching with a lead. He's up 1-0. Brews Brothers brings you award-winning burgers for lunch and dinner since 2013. Open 7 days a week with a lineup of cold drinks, all at Brews Brothers off Highway 29 in Weston. On the inside corner for a strike. One of what I think is the nicest stories about The Natural, the mayor of Buffalo had to sign off on a lot of the filming projects in and around his city. And as a way of saying thank you, Robert Redford, he was the producer and the star, he's Roy Hobbs, but was also the producer-director of the movie, allowed the mayor of Buffalo to have a speaking part in the movie so he gets royalties every time it's shown on TV. If you're just an extra, you get paid one time and that's it. Speaking parts, you share in the finances of the movie. Play behind second base, not in time. Flacker leads off the fourth with Pacelli's first hit of the afternoon.
Number 12, Sully Schober.
So what role does the mayor of Buffalo, New York play in The Natural? He's the manager for the Phillies in the scene where Roy Hobbs hits the cover off the ball. You remember the ball just disintegrates. It begins to rain as Roy Hobbs is running the bases. And the Phillies manager comes out and his line is, "Not that, we want a real ball." And because he had a speaking part, cha-ching, the cash register rang. Sully Schober to hit now. Of course, I've seen a lot of baseball home runs in my time. I've never seen the lights on the scoreboard explode like that. Not even at the old Comiskey Park in Chicago. Foul back for another strike. I mean, it still feels like a baseball game today that could tilt either way. Wittenberg-Birnamwood gets 2 leadoff singles and manufactured a run. Then an out was made on the bases. Runners going here. Pitches low. Throw down to second. Offline. Stolen base. Flacker moves from first to second. Second stolen base of the afternoon for the Cardinals. Schober takes, and that was close. Our home plate umpire kind of flinched like I thought he might be ready to ring him up there. I think correctly judged high. Waiting on a 3-2 pitch here. Batter asks for time, and it is granted. JAS Builders says JAS is known for its construction and reliability, professionalism, and now they've added shower doors and glass to their services. JAS Shower Doors and Glass. Accurate measurements, clean installation, fair and competitive pricing. Fouled back, and we'll do it again. If you need a new shower door or ready to ditch the curtain, call them at 715-675-0408. 715-675-0848. We're doing 3-2 again. Runner's going, checked his swing, it's ball 4, and the runner advances from second to third. Schober did indeed check his swing. There was a moment of pause before he went down to first base. Chase Napawaki to hit. Pacelli's got something going here. And there'll be a timeout and a visit to the mound. Pacelli also gets to gather in all of their base runners. With nobody out in first and third, they'll talk about double steal possibilities. Sherrill Tire and Auto Services, buy 3, get 1 free. Their tire sale is on now at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free. Find a location near you at CherylTire.com. I think this trip to the mound, not so much to talk with Xander Barkey, but you get to bring all of the infielders in, get to talk about how you'd like to handle a double steal in this spot. Do you throw down? Do you look the runner at third back? We'll see. The double steal is on, and the throw down to second is cut off. Schober didn't seem to have particularly good speed or didn't get a particularly good jump. If they let that throw go all the way through, Schober might have been out at second. Napawaki took a strike. Inside out swing, it is caught. Runners have to retreat. Only one out recorded. Milo Salveson got that just before it hit the infield turf. And there's the second out. There's the first out, beg your pardon. Here's Owen Hansen. So that's an unproductive at-bat for Napawaki. Couldn't move the runners around. Owen Hansen struck out his first time. Second and third and one down. On the outside corner, strike one. That's a good pitch for Xander Barkey. That's right where you want to be. Right-handed batter's not going to do anything with that except ground it out. That sliced down the first base side. Pacelli's first base coach. Coach. Infield is in here for Whitburn. If they can get a strikeout, they can play him back. Swing and a miss. That's just what the doctor ordered. Owen Hansen is out, and now the infielders can play back for a play over at first.
Number 13, Dominic Sackman.
This inning started with a single and then a base on balls. Two in scoring position, but nobody's home yet. Here's Dominic Sackman. Flat out to right his first time up. Strike on the outside corner. Barkey's living on that outside part of the plate. Good area to be locked in on. Right in the same spot again, strike two. Barkey's looking to navigate around some base running traffic right here. He's one pitch away from getting himself off the hook. Coming home. Down low, wild pitch. Runner's going to try and score, and he's out at the plate. Out at the plate. We said earlier there's not a lot of room between home plate and the backstop. Catcher Carlson Meverden was on that cat-like to get him out. Pacelli tries to tie the game out at the plate. It's the second time that the Cardinals have had a runner out at home. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Whitburn's 1-0 lead still good on Zaleski Sports.
If the check engine light comes on in your car, do you address it or hope it goes away on its own? Pain is your body's check engine light signaling that something isn't right. Innovative Health in Weston can help identify and fix the aches and pains of everyday life. We deliver effective chiropractic care for every joint in your body, from your neck to your back to your knees and feet. With 4 doctors on staff and advanced treatment options, we've been consistently voted a top chiropractic and sports medicine clinic in central Wisconsin. Whether you're a high school athlete, a pregnant mom, or just feeling the wear and tear of life, give us a call at Innovative Health in Weston today.
Feel better, live better, Innovative Health.
Bottom of the fourth is on. Wittenberg-Birnamwood has out-hit Pacelli 3-1 so far in the game. But Pacelli has made 2 outs at home and trails 1-0. Connor Meverden, 0 for 1 with a flyout, will lead off in the home half of the fourth. We've had 2 funny things that have happened in our early season of spring sports for Zaleski Sports. Over at Wisconsin Rapids, we did the Wittenberg-Birnamwood softball game. They were winners over Stratford. Wisconsin Rapids hosted that. Whitburn's pitcher is our player of the game, so she's doing the post-game show. I thought this was really funny. One by one, her teammates come over and begin handing her things. Here, hold this bat. Here, hold my glove. Every teammate came over and asked her to hold something. By the time the interview started, she had 3 or 4 gloves stacked on her head. That could become a thing for post-game fun. Meverden has worked himself ahead in the count. Swing and a miss. Inside corner, strike 3. Connor Meverden tried to take a little hop step back to try and sell that as an inside ball. It was not. Connor Meverden has struck out. And here is Carson Meverden, a strikeout victim, his first time. Carson Meverden, the sure-handed catcher, who applied the tag to end the visitors' half of the fourth on a wild pitch. Inside-out swing and fouled up the third base side. You know, for the larger schools, next week we get into conference play. I see on our Zaleski Sports schedule, DC Everest against Spash. The rivalry is renewed on Monday. That'll be the first game of the season, if the weather cooperates, at Simon Field. Some improvements made to the field over on the DC Everest campus. Simon Field looks great, assuming that we're dry and ready to go. Pitch is down low. At Simon Field, they finally dealt with the not-so-good fencing behind home plate. New netting is up there. That looks good. And they put down some new concrete, a bigger concrete pad from dugout to dugout and behind home plate. New outfield fencing, too. I think the fence at Simon Field is maybe a foot or two taller than it used to be. So Everest and Spash, the teams that finished first and second in the Valley Conference last year, renew their rivalry on Monday. That's a 5 o'clock, not a 4:30, 5 o'clock first pitch. Bounced up the third base side, stays fair, throw across the diamond, got him. Owen Hansen with a nice throw. Carson Meverden is the second out. And then we've got the softball game coming up on Tuesday, Spash and DC Everest. Eddie Nowinski walked and was forced out at second his first time up. We're brought to you by Lead Car Toyota of Wausau. Discover unbeatable deals and award-winning service at Lead Car Toyota Wausau. Your full-service destination for everything Toyota, and a state-of-the-art collision center on North 20th Avenue in Wausau. Jaden Garski starts Nowinski off with a strike. Line drive into left center field, and this is down. Does not quite roll to the wall. That's the longest of singles for Eddie Nowinski.
Next up, number 15, Carson Moronk.
I'm the last person who should say anything because I am the slowest on my feet these days. But how could Nowinski not be at second base on that? Don't want to watch it. Want to put your head down and run for sure. Carson Moronk to hit, a 2-out base runner for Whitburn. And here's an inside-out swing over the second baseman's head. Nowinski's going to move from first to third. Yep, made up for it there. Going with a full head of steam, and there's a 2-out possibility here for the Chargers. Back-to-back hits, and Braxton Olson will hit. First, a visit to the mound. This also is a chance to talk about double steal strategy. Bring your whole infield in. I don't think Pacelli will throw down if the runner at first base goes. Just this game is tight and low scoring. Pacelli only has one hit. There's a huge difference in this game being down 1-0 or being down 2-0. France Propane is your locally owned, complete service propane company, serving all of central Wisconsin for 2 generations. Learn more at francepropane.com. France Propane, local, quality, family. Jaden Garski has not pitched poorly at all. Scattered 5 hits. Three strikeouts against 1 walk. Here's Braxton Olson, bounced into a fielder's choice last time up. First pitch to Olson, runners not going. Second baseman just out of his range. There's the 2-out RBI single. Back to back to back hits for the Chargers, and they tack on a run. Tommy Gagnon will now hit 0 for 1. Sometimes the best pitch in the sequence is the first one. Braxton Olson found that first pitch to his liking. Smacked it just out of Henry Gerritson's range at second base. So the first 2 outs came quietly in this home half of the 4th. Then 3 singles in a row and a run's in. Strike. 1-1. All 3 of the 2-out hits have been solid. And this one's up the middle too. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in a row. You got to try and score the runner. He's out at the plate. Runner should have held at third there. Carson Maronk is thrown out at home, and that brings the inning to an end. A 2-out uprising for the Chargers. 4 hits in a row. They bring in 1 run, but that's it. 4 complete, and our new score, Whitburn 2, Pacelli 0 on Zaleski Sports.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Pitching change here. Welcome back to Wittenberg High School. Wittenberg-Birnamwood hosting today's game between Stevens Point Pacelli and the Wittenberg-Birnamwood Chargers. We do have a pitching change here.
Now pitching for your Chargers, number 7, Oliver Fraser.
Oliver Fraser, who had been playing third base, comes on to pitch.
Leading off number 13, Dominic Sackman.
Which means we have someone new at third. We'll look to identify who that is. Here's Dominic Sackman, 0 for 1. Give you the pitching line on Xander Barkey in just a moment. First ball swinging, shortstop throws him out. Connor Meverden, sure-handed across the diamond. Connor Meverden moves now to third base.
Batting for the Cardinals, number 3,
Henry Gerritsen takes a strike. Yeah, Xander Barkey is in line to get the win if this 2-0 lead holds up. Barkey's got a great pitching line. Worked the first 4 innings, allowed just 1 hit. Was not scored upon. 5 strikeouts and worked around 3 walks. Inside for a ball. On the field behind us, the Whitburn softball team is playing. Foul back to the catcher's mitt for a strike. When I first arrived here, one of the parents saw my Zaleski Sports polo shirt and says, "Oh, you're doing the girls' softball game." Sorry to disappoint. Strike 3 called, and Henry Gerritsen is out. Oliver Fraser is looking for a 3-up, 3-down 5th inning. The opposing pitcher, Jaden Garski, will hit. A strikeout and a sacrifice.
Garski.
Strike 1. So let's see if we can set the Chargers' defense correctly. Connor Meverden moves from shortstop to third. Does that mean that the pitcher, Xander Barkey, is still in the game at short? Maybe. Yes, correct. A lot to help up here in the press box. We appreciate that. Sometimes we need more help than other times, for sure. Inside corner, strike 2. Fraser bids for a 3-up, 3-down inning. Here he comes, off speed and outside. This game has moved along quickly. We're already in the top of the 5th. Inside. Garski had to duck underneath that one. Valley Communities Credit Union says for 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union's been a part of your hometown team. Local, trusted, strong. Valley Communities Credit Union, where community comes first. Federally insured NCUA. Not quite a perfect inning. A walk. Eric Reinke to hit with 2 outs and a base runner. Well, I mean, look at what Whitburn did with 2 outs in the last half inning. Strung together 4 singles. So Pacelli should not be giving up until the 3rd out comes. Inside for a ball. Yeah, baseball Monday over at Simon Field, DC Everest and Smash. Softball Tuesday over at the Everest Softball Complex, DC Everest and Smash. Only thing that worries me a little bit is we've got rain in the forecast for Sunday. So if you got rain on Sunday, can we dry everything out for Monday baseball? You know what the temperature is supposed to be on Monday? 71. Yep, low 70s. Inside corner strike. The fall and spring sports really do feature changes in the weather, don't they? Swing and a miss. Inning is over. Fraser navigates around a 2-out walk. He struck out 2. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Whitburn 2, Pacelli nothing on Zaleski Sports.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters. Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Welcome back. Top of the order for the Chargers to hit here in the home half of the fifth. Barkey, Salveson, and Fraser. Xander Barkey was the starting pitcher for Whitburn, worked the first 4 innings, now playing shortstop. Yeah, the fall and spring sports are funny in Wisconsin.
Xander Barkey.
I mean, the football season starts in late August. The hottest broadcast that I've ever done, DC Everest at Marshfield, an August season opening game. It was 92 at kickoff. You imagine being in your football pads and it's 92? Got to hydrate the days before. And then the coldest game that I ever did was a DC Everest softball game in early April, a couple of years ago. Did that one on the radio. And I kind of set up my broadcast stuff, not in the press box, but near the grill where they're grilling the brats and hamburgers. And after a while, when they grilled enough brats and hamburgers, they turned it off. I'm like, can we put that back on, please? Inside for a ball. You know, one of the things, you'll know this since we're all getting older. Raise your hand if you're getting younger. Oh, no hands went up. To left field, a long run, and extra bases. Barkey is going to be in the 3-hit club today. He's got a leadoff double. Well hit ball.
Next up, number 20, Milo Salveson.
2 singles, and Barkey leads off the 5th, standing on second base. Yeah, I handle the cold weather worse and worse the older I get. Feel myself getting stiff. Once my feet get cold, it takes forever to warm them back up. Inside out swing, hit to the shortstop. Runner retreats to second and thrown out. Sully Shorebirth threw across the diamond solidly.
7, Oliver Fraser.
I mean, this is a tough spot for Jaden Garski. You just get the feeling that Pacelli can't fall any further behind. Oliver Fraser, now pitching, saw just 4 batters in the 5th, walked one of them, struck out 2. Checked his swing at a pitch that was aimed and was going to be low. I think these teams only got out onto the field outdoors earlier in the week. Grounder to third, throw across, got him. The runner will advance from second to third base on the ground out. Owen Hansen threw out Oliver Fraser. 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away. Connor Meverton is 0 for 2, fly out and a strikeout. A hit here and an RBI would make him feel a little bit different about his afternoon, wouldn't it? Sure would. Strike 1. Jaden Garski has gone the length of this game so far for Pacelli. A little bit low, 1-1. Garski's trying to navigate himself around a leadoff double. Needs to keep this a 2-0 game instead of 3-0. Just missed. Garski kind of stared in like he thought he had thrown a strike there. Strike zone's been good and consistent today. Not a lot of complaints from either side. Off the plate. No, that's a fair ball. Got to throw over to first. Got him. Off the plate and into the field of play, Garski has thrown out Connor Meverden. Leadoff double, but left stranded at third base. Pacelli's got 6 outs to work with. We'll go to the visitors' 6th in a 2-1 game when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that looked for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Here we go to the top of the 6th inning. Pacelli's best bats, 3, 4, and 5 in their batting order, get one more turn, and it's here in this inning. They will all be facing Oliver Freza for the first time today. Nate Hammerly walked and bounced into a fielder's choice, 0 for 1 officially today. You know, in lower scoring high school baseball games, sometimes you get only 3 at-bats. We play 7 innings instead of 9. Pacelli's got only 1 hit in this ball game. So if Pacelli's going to make some noise, you get the feeling that this is the inning where it has to happen. Hammerly hits from the left side. Aimed and low, ball 1. Freza looked good in the 5th in his first inning of work. Struck out 2. Walked 1 with already 2 outs. That's outside, 2-0. I mean, some coaches want to say as little as possible to their pitchers on the bench between innings. Just let the pitcher be within himself. If you were going to say something to Oliver, it'd be just throw strikes. The 2-0 lead looks pretty big in this game right now. Pitchers behind in the count here, 3 balls and no strikes. Pacelli would love a leadoff base runner here. Taking all the way, and it's a strike. Maybe in the name of getting a base runner, maybe you take another pitch here. But again, these are the best bats in the Cardinals lineup. And that breaks in at the knees, strike 2. Borderline pitch. Count fills up. Fraser's trying to battle back and win this battle. Nope, lost him outside. Leadoff walk in the 6th.
Number 5, Bryce Flaker.
Bryce Flacker has the only hit of the game for Pacelli. Led off the 4th inning. Wound up trying to score on a pass ball and was thrown out at home. Just inside. That pitch has usually been called a strike today. Flacker looked down to the third base coach. Is the bunt on here? I mean, it can't be. Hit him. Which probably smarts a little bit on a day where temperatures are in the 40s.
Number 12, Sully Schober.
Sully Schober has walked in both of his plate appearances, and now there'll be a little chat at the mound. First 2 batters have both reached for Pacelli. So the tying runs are on base here in the 6th. No pitching change. Oliver Freza will continue. Again, Schober, 2 walks, has not been retired today. First baseman plays a step in, even with the cut on the right side of the infield. Aimed it, and it's down low. Fraser seems a little bit different here in the 6th than he was when he worked a pretty clean 5th. Inside corner. Again, the last pitch in that spot was a ball. That one's called a strike, 1-1. Inside there, no question about that. 2-1. Fly ball to right field. Shallow. Runner's going to tag and try and advance. Yes. Lead runner moves from second to third. There's the first out. Dane Winchester sure-handed in right.
Number 6, Chase.
But Nate Hammerly, the lead base runner, moves up. Chase Knapwicki to hit here. 0 for 2. Boy, if Pacelli can come away with just one run here, the entire game feels differently all of a sudden. Double steal, they fake the throw, and just barely back. No, that throw went through to third base. Close play. Chatter from the Wittenberg-Birnamwood dugout thought that they had erased that runner. Home team has the third base dugout, so they're close to it. Whitburn will now bring the infield in with runners at second and third. Hit to the outfield ties us up here. Hit him. Bases are loaded. 2 hit batters in the visitors' 6th.
Number 15, Owen Hansen.
Owen Hansen has struck out both of his plate appearances. Both of them against the starter Xander Barkey. And we're going to have a pitching change here. Oliver Fraser, who had no problem at all getting through the 5th, has had an adventurous 6th. Tommy Gagnon
Now pitching
will come in to pitch.
Tommy Gagnon.
Gagnon will pitch with the bases loaded. Fraser works 1 1/3 innings and is responsible for all 3 of the runners on base. All of this without the benefit of a hit, a walk, and 2 hit batters. Boy, what Pacelli has missed in this game is that timely hit. Left 5 runners in scoring position and have had 2 thrown out at the plate in this game. Now, Tommy Gagnon has kind of a herky-jerky motion. We see that during his warm-up tosses here. And his pitches have a little bit of break on them. A little bit of a tail for sure. So this will be a different look for the Pacelli batters. A hit to the outfield or an extra base hit flips the script in this game in an instant. First and third are in, trying to get the force at home on a ground ball. First pitch, taking all the way, strike. I've always thought, especially in high school baseball, asking a reliever to come in with the bases loaded, that's tough duty. Come in immediately with no margin for error. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Again, Gagnon's pitches just look a little bit different than Barkey or Fraser before him. 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, off the first baseman's glove, bobbled. They get the out at first? Yes. They calling that runner out at first? Yes. Out at first, but a run comes in.
Number 13.
Off the pitcher's glove to the second baseman and then on to the first baseman. A 1-4-3 putout. It's the second out of the inning, but the run comes in from third base. Pacelli's on the scoreboard, 2-1. Hansen gets an RBI from the 7 spot. Dominic Sackman to hit. Will Pacelli still be a run short, or will they take the lead on a Sackman hit? Fouled off down the first base side. Watch out, school bus. One hops the Lamers bus. Ouch. Bounced off the plate. Pitcher throws over to first. Got him. Pacelli gets one run, but they still trail by a run. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, our new score. Chargers 2, Cardinals 1 on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Welcome back. We're updating our scorecard here in between innings. Jaden Garski is done with his pitching duties for Pacelli. He gives way to Owen Hansen. Hansen had been playing third base. I'll give you the pitching line on the two most recent pitchers in just a moment.
Playing third base for the Cardinals, number 1, Jaden Garski.
Jaden Garski, who had been pitching, just moves over to third, so this is a straight switch. For Jaden Garski, who stands to be the losing pitcher if Pacelli can't somehow tie this up, Garski works 5 innings, 2 runs, both earned. 7 hits, struck out 3 and walked 1. Can also give you the pitching line now for the Chargers, Oliver Fraser, who worked 1 1/3 innings. He is charged for the run that came in from third on the groundout. That run was earned, did not allow a hit.
Chargers, number 12.
2 strikeouts and 1 walk for Fraser. Carson Meverden 0 for 2. So Owen Hansen will try and keep this as a 1-run game. Hansen, right-hander, to face Carson Meverden 0 for 2. Strike 1 at the knees. Fast-moving game. Popped up, shortstops got it on a line. Schober retires Carson Meverden for the first out. Eddie Nowinski has walked and singled. Scored that second run, which stands super huge right now in this game. Peterson Kramer Funeral Home is committed to providing personal and compassionate care for each customer. Let Peterson Kramer Funeral Home step up for you in your time of need. 1 out, nobody on. Twisting pitch called a strike. Down at the low end of the zone. Hung up a little bit, hit to left. Caught. 2 outs. Chase Napwaki is there. Carson Moronk 1 for 2, singled, and was thrown out at the plate in that 1-run 4th inning. As we look ahead to the 5th, Pacelli will have 9, 1, and 2 in their batting order, so the Cardinals will have every chance to get even during their final at-bat. Outside, ball 1. The Chargers with single runs in the 3rd and the 4th inning. Led 2-0, lead 2-1 now. Inside. Another ball. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast, if Pacelli can come all the way back, it would be Coach Wayne Sankey's 500th win. What a great milestone that is. Ball 4. A 2-out base runner for the Chargers.
Next up, number 3, Braxton Olson.
Braxton Olson has one of the Chargers' 8 hits in this game. Yes, let me quickly correct Garski's pitching line. 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs both earned. Strike. Popped away from the catcher. This is a pass ball that allows the runner to go down to second. Nothing wrong with the pitch. Called a strike. Popped right out of the catcher's glove. So this at-bat just got a lot more interesting. A walk and a pass ball. There's a runner in scoring position trying to pick him up with 2 outs. That again pops away from the catcher, right off the catcher's glove. Back-to-back pass balls. Moves Carson Moronk from first all the way to third base. Still need a hit from Braxton Olson in this spot. Home plate umpire asks for time. The home plate's just about completely buried. This was a good time for some housekeeping. Off-speed pitch, lined out to the second baseman. Runner left at third, does not score. Pacelli's coming up for their final at-bat, and they've got a run to find. The 7th inning is on when we come back in this 2-1 ball game on Zaleski Sports.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
Tommy Gagnon looking to get the final 3 outs. He'd pick up a save if he can. Xander Barkey, the starting pitcher, worked innings 1 through 4 and is in line for the win if this 1-run lead stands up. Pacelli wants to have something to say about that. We're brought to you by Great Lakes Cheese. Looking for a workplace that invests in you? Join the Wausau team at Great Lakes Cheese, a place where people matter and careers are built to last. Competitive pay and benefits. There's never been a better time to apply at GreatLakesCheese.com. Henry Gerritsen to lead off. Inside corner, strike. For Tommy Gagnon, the Chargers pitcher, the inning is just so much easier if you can get the first out here. Bouncing ball to first. First baseman's going to have to take it over and gets it there in time. Carson Moronk handles Henry Gerritsen. First out.
Number 1, Jaden Garski.
Jaden Garski officially 0 for 1 today. Strikeout. Laid down a sacrifice bunt and walked. The tough thing for Cardinals fans, they just haven't hit enough in this game. They have only one hit. You don't win a lot of games where you have just one hit. Had a lot of traffic on the bases. Benefit from 4 walks and 2 hit batters. There's a strike. Counts even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Will we be down on the field for post-game coverage? Oh, yes. A little bit high. Strike 2. I see that we have to pick a post-game player of the game. We'll wait on that till this one goes final. Still time for heroes in this one. Foul back. Our post-game player of the game is brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors. Ridgetop Exteriors sponsoring the post-game player of the game. Off-speed pitch. Just out of the reach of the second baseman Salveson and into right field. A one-out base runner for Pacelli.
Number 2, Eric Renke.
Eric Renke is walked and struck out and flied out. 0 for 2. Pacelli still has 2 outs to work with. Big lead at first base, runners not going, and it's fouled off. Post-game coverage will be brought to you by Merrill Steel. Hit him. The tying run moves down to second. The go-ahead run is at first.
Number 9, Nate Hammerly.
Nate Hammerly, 2 walks and a fielder's choice. 0 for 1. There will be a quick conversation on the mound here. And I believe the baseball's been taken away from Tommy Gagnon. Seventh inning, pitching change for Whitburn. It's their 4th pitcher that they'll use today. Connor Meverden, who had been playing shortstop, will come on to try and get these final outs. Meverden was the starting shortstop, had been at third base for the last couple of innings. Tommy Gagnon allowed only 1 hit. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base. Gagnon could be the losing pitcher with some timely hitting from the Pacelli Cardinals. Didn't strike out anyone. Didn't walk anyone, hit one batter. This has been a fun ball game. This has been entertaining baseball. For an early season game, well played too. Nate Hammerly takes the first pitch inside. Again, what do you want from Meverton? Meverton's a big kid, broad on the shoulders, pretty good velocity. Throw strikes. Pickoff play at second, and Pacelli's going to wind up making it out on the bases. Oh my. Jaden Garski strayed too far. There's the second out. The trailing runner did advance from first to second, so the tying run is still in scoring position, which means Hammerly could still knot this game up, but now there are 2 outs. Just a little inside. Pacelli's made 3 outs on the base paths today. And that's up high, gets away from the catcher. Wild pitch will move the tying run down to third base. So Whitburn is trying to nail this win down, leaving the tying run 90 feet away. Strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Connor Meverton trying to will this final strike into existence and nail down a win. Coming home, low, ball 4. Runners at first and third. Our producer never loses the count. The announcer does sometimes.
Number 5, Bryce Flinker.
Bryce Flocker to hit here. He's got a single, was hit by a pitch and struck out. First and third. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Challenged him up high. Probably too close to take. But Meverton's got good velocity, so he can challenge up in the strike zone. He's ahead 0-1 here. Low, bounces away from the catcher, but not enough for the runner at third to try and score. On the wild pitch, the go-ahead run moves up from first to second. The script could change on a hit in this spot. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Cardinals are down to what may be a final swing. Connor versus Bryce. Here we go. Connor wins the battle and the ball game is over. Called strike 3. Whitburn holds on for a 2-1 lead with the tying and go-ahead runs left in scoring position. That was a good high school baseball game. The Whitburn Chargers 2 runs, 8 hits. They committed 1 error. For the Pacelli Cardinals, 1 run, 2 hits, and Pacelli played errorless baseball. 2-1 our final score. Xander Barkey is the winning pitcher. Connor Meverton comes on to get the final 2 outs and gets the save today. We wish both of these teams best of luck for the rest of their seasons. Lots of baseball ahead. Stay tuned for the Merrill Steel postgame show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply today at merrillsteel.com. From Wittenberg, Chargers over Cardinals 2-1. Down to the field for postgame coverage next on Zaleski Sports.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
It's drying out, but not.
This is the Merrill Steel postgame show. I'm Chris Conley. Wittenberg-Birnamwood 2-1 winners. Coach, a lot of high drama in this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was a well-played high school game. We came out, we hit the ball fairly well. We had 8 hits. Lefty got a lot of guys on base, but yeah, very well-played baseball game.
And cold weather games, these are not easy. Played airless baseball today, so all of that's nice. And you got good pitching performance. I thought, knowing what you expect from your pitchers in different situations, you had the right guys on the mound at the right time today.
Yeah, it was Xander huge today with 4 scoreless innings. First time we really extended him this year, but he threw super well. Tommy came in to get it out of that jam, and he did a job, and Connor came in to get the save. That was huge.
And, it's not easy to go to your bullpen. You called on someone with the bases loaded. That's always a tough spot in the high school game. The game ends with the tying and go-ahead run in scoring position. Your pitchers won the key battles today.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I said before with Tommy coming in. He's a pitcher normally that throws a ton of strikes. And he did that inning, got out of the jam, got a little bit wild there, and Connor, like I said, come in and get that shutout, or the save.
Coach, congratulations. Enjoy the win. Let's spend a moment with Xander Barkey. Tell me what you'll talk more about today, your great pitching or your 3 hits?
I'd say my 3 hits probably. I like hitting a lot more than pitching. And I'd rather be at shortstop than pitching, but when I'm called on, I got to do what I got to do.
You had the only extra base hit in the entire ball game, a well-hit double. Tell me about the pitch that you got a hold of there.
I was up in the count. I was expecting a fastball and trust the hands, turn on it, and hit to second.
Tell me about the 4 innings of no hit. You gave up only 1 hit, didn't allow a run, and it's not so easy pitching in these cold. We're playing in the 40s today.
Yeah, I'm not much of a strikeout pitcher. I just trust everybody behind me to do their job, and they trust me to do mine.
Xander Barkey, congratulations, our player of the game in a 2-1 Wittenberg-Birnamwood win over Stevens Point Pacelli. That's going to wrap up our Merrill Steel postgame show. I'm Chris Conley. Thanks for joining us on Zaleski Sports. All right, I want you to do our highlight reel. Say your name and say you're in the house, because it's the highlight house. We'll cue you up.
I'm Xander Barkey, and I'm in the house.
Thanks a lot for coming over. I appreciate it.